Hi, my name is Joanie Eisinger. Welcome to my channel. If you would like to find out more about me, please go to my website, jonieswhitelightshealing.com. I received my Master of Social Work degree from Columbia University. I received a postgraduate certificate in Gestalt therapy. I did not believe in any of this. I thought this was a scam and a hoax. I was religious. Now I am of unity consciousness. I did not believe in any of this. My religion kept me from believing that this could be so. In around 2003, 4, 5, my gifts started coming in. I became able to channel departed ones and pets and do healing. I could jump into other lifetimes, see into bodies, communicate with animals and plants and crystals, and so on and so forth. Hence, social work out the window, enter psychic and healer. I am an author, I sing, and I love to write. So with that, welcome. I bring in the highest of Christ-like consciousness. No, we are not talking, it's all about Jesus. This is not religious. This is spiritual of unity consciousness. The highest of Christ-light, the Christed ones, enlightened ones that have a very high knowing of love. I bring in archangels, angels, departed ones, guides, ascended masters. I bring in elementals and star beings and consciousnesses. And for those of you, if you do hear any noises in the background, my dishwasher is on. I'm in my kitchen and I wasn't going to stop the dishwasher because I need my dishes for dinner time. So with that being said, I hope that what comes through for you resonates. There are no timestamps on the messages that come in. Spirit knows who is watching and when. Therefore, if you watch this video, it is April 25th, 2020. If you watch it on this date, okay. But if you tune in on another date, that was meant for you. There are no shoulds like, oh darn, I missed it. Okay. You could find me on YouTube here. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Like and share and comment below if you are so moved. You could find me on Facebook. Please like my Joanie's White Light Healing fan page. And if you're interested in friending me, go to Joanie Eisinger and message me because I do not friend strangers. You could also find me on SoundCloud where I have done covers of songs and I've written and recorded scratch demos, which ultimately will end up in a CD. I'm also on LinkedIn and Twitter. So with that being said, I would like to talk about the children. I would like to talk about your children. Now, some of you have adult children. Some of you do not have any children. Therefore, you might have pets. You might see your nieces and nephews as your children. And if you have children, yes, it's about your children. With what's going on today, a lot of people are not repeat. A lot of people are not quite knowing how to discuss this material, this virus thing and quarantine and masks and all with the ones they love. I'm specifically focusing on children because children are very impressionable, they're vulnerable, and they do not have the level of maturity that we as adults do. If you have pets and you might have children and pets, so there's a double here for you. Pets understand what we are saying and they pick up on our energy. Therefore, when you speak to them, they understand the gist. Some might know exactly what you're saying, and others, they're getting the gist. But whether it's a child or an animal, they pick up on your energy. That is why I'm doing this video today. It's about the children. I have a lot to say about this. So, I used to be a therapist and I studied child psych. I worked with adults, yet in my studies and working with adults, I learned a lot about children, and I also have an adult child as well. So I watched the developmental psych that I learned in a book play itself out through other people's children as they grew up and through my child as he grew up. I learned in the books, and some of you might say, those books are corrupted, or why are you discussing book knowledge? Talk about experiential knowledge. I'm going to share about the book knowledge that I learned, which was very valuable. Children need to feel contained and held and safe. Children look to us adults, parents, for reassurance and anchoring, grounding. They wish to feel safe. So, your words and your deeds are noticed by the child. They need to feel safe, and they need to be reassured. They need to be contained, meaning held, whether it's a hug or put in a safe space where they can be and know that all is okay. You might disagree, and that is fine. We can agree to disagree. I'm sharing my truth here with you, and I always say cafeteria style. You pick and choose what you want to believe. You could even believe something and you could shelve it later or trash it later, depending on if you shift your reality, your paradigm. Okay, so the children, they need that. With that, where are you now? How do you feel about what is going on? Your children, whether they be human or pets or both, they need to be contained. They need to be reassured. How are you doing? If you didn't have any level of fear, even a smidgen, I have a teeny bit that comes in and out every once in a while, you wouldn't be human. I'd think there was something wrong with you. There's a continuum of how fearful one is. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most fearful, what number would you give yourself? I'd say if you're 5 plus, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, listen up good to this video. If you're a 1 through 4, I'd say listen up and just have things validate for you. And you could also, you might spike and go into the higher numbers every once in a while. That's also human. But there are tricks here, tips that I'm offering you. If you find yourself reeling, if you find yourself depressed, anxious, panicked, confused, if you have control issues and you cannot handle the unknown right now, I strongly suggest working on anything that you can, anything to bring yourself down off the ledge. Stop drinking and drugging. Stop any addiction. Stop listening to anything that's fear porn. Stop repeating yourself of negative verbiage. If you are around people that are spouting negativity, you can tell them you can't hear it anymore, that it's upsetting you much. And if you are doing that with other, tick a lock. Have a sip of water. The other side is working on you. The ones that are in fear and really feeling out of control. I'm focusing on you adults who are affecting your little ones, your children, and they might be the adult children as well. Why? Because children look to us for reassurance. It's just that way. They look to the parents for reassurance. There's a healing going on right now of the collective of the ones that are watching this video, the ones who are in fear. You don't have to even know. It's just the highest of Christ's light is working with you, doing a lot of clearing. Your muscles might feel tense. You might start to have a release. And your back, feel like someone scaps on either side. Or actually, those are the lats on either side down the back. I feel they're going to open up. Okay, and also right back here, not on the side, but a little bit in the back. Some of you have tension in the back of your neck, and I feel like that's going to subside. Okay. Self-reflection. How do I feel today? Work on your issues. Reassure yourself that all is well. You might not believe that, but divinely speaking, everything is unfolding in divine right order. This was prophesied. This is unfolding. There's a great awakening happening. There's a lot of rumble. The earth is trembling, and a lot of the soot, smoke, darkness is rising up. Needs to be released. The love energies are pouring in now. And for those of you who have not released fear and suffering and your issues, it's very difficult now to manage because there are high vibrations coming in and you've got this dark shit that's been sitting here. Work on yourself. For God's sakes, work on yourself. Have another sip of water. Next step. Can't even say next step. You need to just be working on yourself if you're in fear. I'm not going to say next step. I'm going to say, and ask yourself, what messages, actions, and words am I relaying to my child, my children, my pets, the children who are pipsqueak babies all the way up through adult, and the animals? What messages am I relaying? Are they of positivity or of negativity? Have I been clear with them? Do I avoid talking about it? If you have been transmitting negative energy, you're scaring the shit out of your children and your pets. I suggest you reframe and you look for something positive, some silver lining, something. We're okay. We've got each other. We have enough toilet paper. We've got food. You're going to school. You can run around outside. Maybe you can't. But are you drawing? Are you listening to good music? What can I make you for dinner? I'm hugging you now. Point out what is versus what isn't. You work on your issues and you relay things that aren't lies, but that are true, because kids know what a lie is. They know. They could pick that up a mile away. They want to make sure that mom and dad or caregiver, whoever you are that's caretaking a child, or an adult child, that they've got their shit together. Because kids have a fear of abandonment and death. They haven't necessarily matured to that point where they know what to do if mom or dad or caregiver drops dead from a thing. So, what messages are you relaying? And your little ones that are scurrying around, or they're in a cage or a tank or outside. What messages do you give? Do you avoid them? Do you say negative things? Do you grumble under your breath? They feel everything you say and do. Do you want to hurt the ones you love? Do you want to get them weirded out? Well, if you have that personality issue where you're a sadist, where you mind fuck, then I can't help you here. Okay, that's your issue. I can't help you here. That's for a mental health professional. I'm talking about the ones where they are not purposely hurting on another to mind screw them. What messages, verbal and behavioral, are you relaying to your children? Could be by phone. Maybe it's a distance thing. Maybe it's Skype or Facebook video or Zoom, and you don't see them in the physical. What messages are you telling them? Are you leaving them hanging and they don't know? If you are afraid and someone asks you, how are you doing? I suggest finding a way to say, you know, I don't feel comfortable about this. Every now and then I do get afraid, but I know that ultimately things are going to change and things are going to get better. And if you don't believe that, you are going to have to come up with something that reassures your child that you're not just dropping dead and leaving them. I believe that when we bear children or we take on an animal, we have a responsibility because they need to catch up to where we are as adults. And if they are adult children, they want to feel reassured. Sure, there are ones that don't care. There are the indigo kids, indigo elders. There are children that are aloof and they really don't care about mom and dad. That's just the way your family system might be. I'm talking about the ones that are looking for reassurance, and I believe that that's more than 90% of those situations. If your child asks you questions and you can't answer them honestly. I don't know. Do you know that a child, even an adult child, respects and needs truth? And to hear the truth, I don't know, is such incredible role modeling, because you're gifting them with that they can also not know. If you're always trying to control an outcome and you're acting like you've got this and you don't, number one, they pick up on it. And number two, you're giving the message that they also have to. So when you are in the unknown, which is what this is right now, you're putting on an act, and then they are learning they have to put on an act. To be true to yourself first. I don't have to know. I can be in the gray area and it's not going to kill me and I'm not going to lose my mind. You get that right. You pass that on. You know, honey, I really don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. And some of it I might not know, but I'm letting it unfold. This is a really big learning lesson for me. I never thought I'd be here. I've avoided these situations and now I can't avoid it. I'm faced with having to deal with my control issues and not liking being in the gray area. That is a gift. It's more than gold and rubies and diamonds when you translate that for a child. And the same with your pet. Settle yourself down. If you hold your pet, if you feed your pet, if you turn the lights out and say goodnight to them, and you aren't offering some level of, it's okay, we're in this, and I love you. If it's anything but that, they get heebie-jeebed. They're wise souls, these animals, okay? But they are incarnated on Earth in an animal body. So they're picking up on our energy. Do you want your animal, your pet, to be held in a state of dis-ease or of reassurance? It's your choice, and you have the power to decide. I can't choose your reality. I'm just offering you suggestions. Have a sip of water. More flushing of negative energies through the physical body. If you need help and you need to go see a therapist, there are enough therapists out there that are doing remote sessions by Skype, Facebook video, I don't know, or Zoom, however they're doing it. I think Facebook would probably be too personal. So they're doing it maybe by Skype or Zoom. Get help. Journal. Find positive outlets. Find positive videos and books and articles to help you through this time. I do not believe this is the new normal. I do not believe this is at all. I think that's a mind fuck. I believe that this is temporary and this too shall pass. And I believe that we are in the throes of the great awakening. If you are tuning into a spiritual channel, you be woke or you be awakening. Back to the children. Some of you just don't want to be here and you really have just tuned yourself out. You're really not available. Children want a parent who is tuned in and awake and on. I'm not talking about woke to what's going on. I'm talking about available. Stop sipping the wine. Stop that. You're also, I got to tell you, you are role modeling a way to cope. If you're getting into the booze, they're watching. If you're stoned, they're watching. You've just told them this is how we cope with adversity. This is an earth school. We came here to experience discomfort. When you inebriate yourself, when you numb yourself and go into that zone, you get cut off from your soul contract. So when you ultimately pass and the veil is lifted, you go, oh shit, I didn't take a look at exactly what I wish to accomplish here. And look how it affected my children. And I taught them to avoid. And if I sound hard, well, I guess I got this thing with the kids. I've got the passion for healing them. They want to be held. They want to be contained in that state of grace, the reassurance. I know you know what I'm talking about. The children are our concern. If we are bringing in a new earth reality, they're the little buds, the little budding ones that are coming into this right on off. And if they're the adult children, they want to see what mom and dad are made of. Every adult child wants a mommy and a daddy. They just do. It's normal. And if you think they don't, I channel oftentimes what that child, the adult child, is thinking, how they're processing what you as the elder have shared with them. They might not listen, but they might not follow through or act like they're listening, but their higher self is. They are listening to you. Almost all of them are listening to you because they need it, because it's normal. You birthed them out. Now, if it's a caregiver that took you in, a grandparent, an aunt, uncle, a neighbor, a cousin, an adoptive parent, it's still the same thing. Same exact thing. If you blame yourself and have guilt about the way that you've been a parent with your child, get rid of it. Just stop. No need. Just eliminate. Forgive yourself. Just eliminate. There's no use. It does not serve you. It's from here in the moment, in the now, forward. I send you healing. I send healing to all of you parents, the ones with the little ones up all the way through adult children, and you with the pets, you caregivers. You are role models. You're very powerful. You can create your reality with your thoughts. Shift your perception, work through your fears, work through issues that block you from being in a state of grace. This is a very exciting time. We light workers are coming out of the woodwork now. Spirit tapped me last July to do flash readings. I had to get a laptop and learn it. Starting January 1st, I went from the music videos that were uploaded to this. And here we have this going on. It was a perfect setup. So I have that light worker sense of urgency to share with you. And you tuned in for some darned reason, and I'm glad. I hope that this assisted you. If you have questions, comment below. If you enjoyed the video, comment below. Like and share and subscribe if you are so moved. All is well. If you'd like a reading or a healing from me, you can go to my website, jonieswhitelighealing.com. Contact me through my website. I do Facebook video and Skype and phone sessions for those who are not local to North Central New Jersey. I will see you again on this channel. Bye, y'all.